Okay, what's up everybody? It's me, Stone. But honestly, who else would it be on my channel with my name on it? And you clicked it, so shouldn't be really expecting anybody else. But today, I guess it's time for the, compulsory, obligatory, kind of mandatory why you ride video. Because, you're gonna be a motovlogger, you gotta tell the folks why you ride, right? You gotta relate. You gotta connect on some level. Gotta talk about some stuff. So, I ride because it's awesome. But there are slightly more reasons than that. Long story short, and probably short story long if I don't adjust how quickly I can rattle this out while I'm yapping off at the face here. Also, you gotta excuse my scenery. I know it looks like I'm always filming in the same exact spot. It's kind of because I am. I like to do my vlogging on like my little commute home and some back roads I take before I end up somewhere on grass. It's got some nice twisties on them, but okay. Nonetheless, let's get back to the story. So, I've been riding since about 2012, so about 6 years. I do a little more riding than your average rider. I ride a ton. Like, the amount of miles I put on my bikes is pretty ridiculous. Especially given how I started. So my stepdad has ridden pretty much my entire existence, and I always loved motorcycles. They're loud and they're cool looking, and the first bike I fell in love with, obviously, well maybe not obviously, but was a Ninja. I saw it when I was a kid and I was like, that's the epitome of motorcycles. I like karate movies. There's a bike named Ninja. No better ingredients on this planet. So it stuck in my head, and I ended up seeing my first bike, which was 2006 Kawasaki Ninja 650 on Craigslist, and I was like, yep, that's the bike for me. But before I got to even that point, me and a couple buddies of mine were doing a military thing. We're going TDY. If you know what that is, it's a temporary duty. Basically it's a boys trip. We ended up going to some place in Wisconsin for training, and we were good at our job, so it was less work than it was fun. So we had way more fun out there, and they were like, yo, we're gonna tow our bikes. And I'm like, I don't have a bike. And I was like, yo, y'all gonna tow those motorcycles out there and y'all just gonna leave me to go riding? And they basically looked at me like, yeah, fool. I'm like, damn, is riding that awesome? Like, is this what my stepdad's been addicted to all these years? So I'm like, okay, whatever, I'm gonna start riding. But fortunately and unfortunately, what's up, Popo? My buddy, his bike had a horrible fate. A tree fell on it. It was a storm, and a giant tree branch fell on his bike, and he didn't want to take it. And basically, their whole plans got diverted. So I lucked out on getting left by my boys that trip. But I guarantee you, they would have ditched me in a second to go ride. So I'm like, okay, let me see what all the hype's about. Got back home, registered for the course. Me and my wife went in, took a walk-in class because I was so impatient. I had to catch up with my friends. I gotta be like these dudes. I gotta get on this motorcycle and catch up. So did the class, passed it, obviously, got my license, did all the stuff, and then went out riding. My buddy actually rode my bike home for me because I was afraid of it, didn't know how to ride it. Wanted to make sure it got at least to my house safely. And, he did that for me, hooked me up, took me out riding the next day. First day on my 06 Ninja 650, fell on some gravel. And I was like, okay, this is my make or break moment. This is the point where I decide, hey, this is too scary. I'm never going to do this again. Or I'm going to get up and I'm going to put my big boy pants on and I'm going to continue to ride. And I've loved it ever since. It's a great way to, a lot of flim flam going on here with the traffic. It's a great way to decompress. Some people lift weights, some people, do yoga, some people play video games, which I do. I would rather ride than play video games any day, but I try to keep a good balance. Maybe my wife probably wouldn't agree, but I try to. I'm not saying I'm good at it, but I try to. So my hobby is gaming, motorcycling. I do lift weights, stuff like that. So people sometimes don't know what their Zen moment is, but this for me is that I love riding. It's a good way to de-stress, get ready to relax. I like doing this right after work, kind of decompress from the day. Even if I don't have to decompress, it's just good to get out and kind of flow around, chill out. Like I said in one of my other videos, this is me and my buddies ride together, but it's a bunch of individuals doing an individual activity together. So it's like I'm by myself. I guess I'm a loner by nature, which this is kind of awesome. I'm out here by myself, unless I got my daughter and my wife with me. That doesn't count. That's family time or whatever. It's just a great way for me to just check out, focus only on this, ride around, have some fun, and then go home. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't, but either way, it's hard to stay mad while you're riding. Like, as soon as I'm done riding, I might get mad at what I was mad at before I started riding all over again, which is, I don't know, I guess kind of beside the point of riding. But that's I guess a quick-ish overview of why I ride. It's one of those things where I thought I had to, it started off with me wanting to catch up with my friends and figure out what was going on and why is this so cool, and admiring what my stepdad was doing, to me actually enjoying this, I don't know, sport, hobby, as an individual. Like, I like this. I don't like this because other people like this. It's my hobby. It did not start off that way, I can admit. And it grew into a thing that I was like, yo, if they don't ride, I'm still riding. They sometimes are surprised at how much I ride, because my first year I rode in the rain, I rode when it was cold, I rode all the way through November, December. Like, I want to do this. I was nuts, like some new riders are, not all, but some. And I just wanted to get better at it, and I knew the only way for me to do that was to have seat time, like actual seat time, like not weekend warrior, I'm going to ride over here and then pose for a minute and then go take my helmet off and put it back up in the basement or whatever. I want to ride, I want to get out, I want to go places, I want to take some curves, I want to get better at them, I want to learn to take them faster, learn to be more safe, learn to have my wits about me and dodge cars. A year ago, this is great, same pretty much skill level, I'm getting a little better. 6 years ago, if I would have tried to walk and chew gum at the same time, which basically what I'm doing now is moto vlogging, turning corners, looking at cars, I would be dead. I would be on somebody's news headline, because I didn't have the skill to be able to try and multitask like I am now. And I'm not saying I'm great at it, I'm just saying I can see where I've gotten better, and that's all through riding and familiarity with my bike. And it's only getting better, at least for me. But so the philosophy behind why I ride is kind of all wrapped up in that little spiel I just gave. So thanks for watching. I'm done yapping. Catch you guys later.